Hello guys, NautoAce here, and I want to give my thoughts on, of course, just like some people who are fan of Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition, and that is the February 11, 2021 Winter Update. And I have to say, it was a wow factor. So they're going at the end with a big bang. So no surprise here. So of course they did say there was going to be new battle mechanic, balances, and new content to at least give people reason to still play Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. Because in the past, as of right now, people are like, whatever. And then of course they announced Season 5, the final update, the final season for this game. And here's the backstory of what happened, how this happened from the get-go. So first of all, again, you remember my video about how Yoshinori Ono resigned, and of course I kind of give a backstory of what happened there. So here's the gist of it for people just in case they didn't watch that video. So of course, people thought that set the 48 character will be the final one, and that's it. They're done with Street Fighter 5. And there was a leaker that basically said that he heard talks that they were trying to do Street Fighter 6 and that Yoshinori Ono was in the director role. So of course, if you know him, he was an executive producer, but after a while, because of the poor sale of Street Fighter Cross Tekken and of course Street Fighter 5, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, he was demoted twice to a point that he was in charge of esports, and then I heard that he got demoted again for something else, but he was given a second chance to do Street Fighter 6, and that was the rumor is that they're doing Street Fighter 6. It's supposed to be a launch title for the new console, the PS5 and the Series X S. However, unfortunately, when the game basically was on the work, a lot of internal people said it wasn't that good, to a point that he got replaced as a director, and to a point that he got a Windows seat, which I already talked about that before. So I'm gonna link all those videos that I talked about on the description box if I remember. So now moving to February 11th, 2021, they showed about Dan. Of course, they showed Rose and some new surprises and a bonus character. Yeah, so they kind of pulled a Nintendo season pass, and I'll explain it later why. So I got a props to Capcom for doing that, and I've also props to finally, let's just say, they added a Mukujin type character in Street Fighter franchise. Well, Street Fighter 5. So I'll explain it later. So first I want to give my thoughts on Dan, of course, because he'll be the first character that's going to be released for this new season. And of course, what they showed him was freaking awesome. An actual true evolution of what Dan does. His V skills and his V triggers. Well, V skills are something to do with taunts. V skill is either he gets a move, a Gawu Gadoken, which is something from SNK versus Capcom Chaos. He kind of did one of the super moves. And then his other V trigger is he gets powered up, and his Koryuken and Gadoken gets powerful. V skill, like I said, it's taunts. And his super, of course, he has a legendary super taunt. Of course, you know how it goes if you've been following Dan. Of course, he has a new critical art, something different I never really seen. I think it's something from Ultra Street Fighter 4, but again, whatever, that's in the past. But the bottom line, it kind of gives people reason why to play Dan. He looks much better, even like the evolution was awesome. Then, of course, some of his costume was interesting. One of his costumes is basically supposed to be his dad. Of course, it's homaging Takuma or Mr. Karate from Art of Fighting, because again, for people who still don't know about Dan, he's a parody character of Robert and Rio from Art of Fighting, because he's saying that I'm more powerful than any character to Art of Fighting. Therefore, that's the reason I got all this move. He's a joke character, but a lot of people who are in a casual, because a lot of competitive players don't really like Dan. I mean, some even said, like, why put him there? Of course, credit to Max. He said, well, you got the casual who likes Dan. People do like to play as Dan. So there you go. Of course, the voice actor is back there for English dub. Props to him. So again, so gives you reason why to play it then. And then they also showed Rose, but according to the director and the producer, as of right now, she's still ongoing because I can remember they didn't really plan to do a season 5, but they said like, well, we have to do something. So they barely even started doing it after the debacle with Street Fighter 6. Again, supposedly that's the next Capcom game. Again, different story. So, but Rose also looking pretty good. Justin Wong's happy. Luffy. I'm gonna also guess Filipino man who plays Rose. They're happy. So any Rose player, they're happy because not only she has her old move from the Alpha series. I mean, in Street Fighter 4, most of the moves are from their previous game, but this one definitely because remember it's a big change. So she has some of her old move. She has some new move. Now she has a air projectile, the Spark Aura. That's what I don't play Rose. That's why. And of course, her V skill, something to do with tarot cards, and then definitely her V trigger. One of her V trigger basically uses a tarot card to either power you up or power down the opponent, and the other one is a super move now. It's a V skill or V trigger, basically Aura Spark that goes around, kind of like Ouroboros. Remember, Minot did the same thing, and of course, we know the lore. Minot is Rose's apprentice, so now you got Rose, you got Minot, whatever, it is what it is there. And of course, she's there because a lot of people like her, so there you go. The only downside to some extent is that her outfit's still from the Alpha. It would be nice if they kind of give her a new outfit, but again, it is what it is. I mean, probably signature. I mean, she's been in some games. Yeah, she's been in, of course, Street Fighter Alpha, Capcom Fighting Jam, she was there. Of course, Namco X Capcom, Monolith strategy game, and Street Fighter 4, but of course now Street Fighter 5. I mean, it is what it is, but she's gonna get more caution, of course, you know that. In the case with Dan, got a bit of a change, of course. The sleeve, that's really it. In the old version, the 2D, his key is the same as Ryu and Ken. Now, if you notice, the sleeves a bit longer. I mean, that's since Street Fighter 4, but again, so big change there. So there you go. So those two characters looking awesome. Even my thoughts about it, awesome. If I ever buy the DLC, yeah, I am excited. I'm definitely excited for Dan and for Rose. So with that, we also talked about, well, the balance changes and the mechanics. So they finally introduced something new that's gonna change the game, have a fresh look, as a lot of people say. And they introduced a new mechanic called V-Shift, which what it is if you do it right, step back, and then you can either attack, do whatever, super move, but basically a big counter punishment. Because in the past, if you notice, there is no sort of a anti-punishment. Like if you screw up, that's it, punishment. That's the whole point that Ono did. Going back to basic, again, I understand that's why I like the game. Trying to cater to the casual, which again, good, bad, you decide. Because of course, if you remember Street Fighter 4, the focus, attack, yeah, that was very difficult. A lot of people don't really understand. Of course, Street Fighter 3 had the parry system. So, you still sort of have that V reversal, which again, it takes up the V skill gauge. But now, something new that can, again, anti-punish. That's what it is. Like, punish, anti-punish. So the whole point is to give you an advantage. So, again, like, if someone attacks you, if you do it right, you jump back, and then you can either attack. That's the whole point there. So it's kind of give you, like, should I do the move? Should I not? I mean, you know, technicality there. But, again, a lot of the EFGC loves it. So, I mean, hey, you know, something new. There you go. And then, of course, balances, they showed some. Again, I'm not going to get into it. There are a lot of people who can talk about that. Justin Wong, Vesper Arcade, Maximilian, dude. Me, I'm just a casual guy that just like fighting games. That's it. So, they introduced a bonus character that's going to be in the game. And this fighter's called 11. People thought it was the 5th character, but nope. Nope, it's not. It's a bonus character, and I'll explain that why and what is that about. So 11, basically, if you follow your storyline in Street Fighter 5, they're creating this android thing that copies other fighter. It was 11. Of course, if you follow Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, it was 12. And one of its moves is it turns into the other fighter for duration of time, and that's it. So what they did with 11 here is they finally did it in the history of Street Fighter time lore, and that is they finally added a mimicry fighter. So if you don't know what that is, it's a fighter that mimics other fighters, like a random select fighter. So what he does is that each round or each battle, whatever, I don't know how it goes, the character changes and then you have to know their moves. So mostly people will know this is from Tekken, Mokujin, and of course in Soul Calibur you got Edge Master, Charade, and then apparently in Darkstalker 3, I didn't even know about this. There's also Marionette or Shadow, but again, well, I don't know what's happening with Darkstalker right now. So I mean, yeah, so Marionette's supposed to be a random character, while Shadow, I think the story is you pick one character and then once you win, you change that other character. I think that's what it is. But again, that's a long time ago. It's from Darkstalker 3. That's like way old. It's like 1997. So I guess there was in Darkstalker, but you know the franchise is a bit dead. Different story there. But yeah, so that is what 11 is. That when you pick 11, it randomizes not only the character but the V skill, the V trigger. And here's the best part here. So they also introduce 2 different paths that you can get. So of course you can buy them separately with your fight money. You still have some. Or you can buy a season pass, but they split the season pass into 2 different things. So you can either get a character pass or a premium pass. So character pass is you get the 5 characters and some costume, while the premium pass is much expensive, but you get the characters, you get more colorful costume, you get new costume, you get additional fight money, and actually also 2 new stages. Of course, they mentioned that one is what was the stage for Street Fighter Alpha 2, and the other one, I think they already did mention it for people who don't know, that Akira from Rival School will also get her own stage. It's supposedly based on Rival School, but again, you have to wait. That's going to be like summer of 2021. But the best here, and like this is why I said they pulled a Nintendo, is that if you buy the premium pass or the character pass, you get 11 as a bonus character. That's so awesome there. So gonna give you more incentive. Or why should I buy a season pass rather than selected character? Nintendo been doing this in their past game. Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U did that. You buy the season pass, you get the Yoshi color. In Fire Emblem Warriors, you get Lucina's wedding outfit. In Hyrule Warrior in the past, I can't remember, you get something notable. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Fighter Pass 1 or 2. You buy the season pass, you get a Mii costume. The first one was Rex from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. The second one is Ancient Armor from Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda. So same here. So again, give you more incentive. Hey, you know, again, if you wait, it might go on sale. I mean, the character upgrade for Champion Edition, once in a while, I think right now, in the time of this recording, it is on sale. But the bottom line is, if you wait probably 6 months, they're probably going to be on sale if you don't need to play them as soon as possible. So they showed everything what the update is. Kind of gives you a reason, oh man, I gotta play the game. It's awesome. And they ended with a teaser of Oro. So yeah, so they showed one of his, I'm gonna guess V skill because of the sound effect, which it used to be a super move in Street Fighter 3, which is the one when he has items floating with him. Because again, his fighting style, there's some story about it, but again, I'm not into it. So probably someone will. But the bottom line is, Oro looks cool. I mean, his fighting stance looks the same as in Street Fighter 3. Of course, he had a new costume, which is, in my opinion, awesome. Looks like it's a new costume. A better, clean version of his older Hermit costume. I noticed that now it's a different color. Of course, now he has like a belt, sort of look like a Kuma. And the biggest notable thing, because remember, he is 3D rather than 2D. He has 2 arms. So a lot of people are like, wait a minute, Oro has 2 arms? One of his super Street Fighter 3 actually showed 2 arms. So yes, he has 2 arms, but the whole point of him is that he's super good, super powerful, that he can fight any opponent with 1 arm. He's trying to give himself a handicap. I mean, you could probably do that in Street Fighter 5 with a 3D model character, but why not make it more interesting? Instead, why not have him hold a turtle? So that's the whole point. That's why if you notice in the illustration, he was holding a turtle, but you also see 2 hands. So yes, Oro has 2 hands, and if you see when he did that initiative move to do his V trigger, yeah, you see 2 hands. So yeah, definitely this time around he will be showing two hands. But one of it is, again, he'll be holding the turtle, while of course his other hand is going to be free. Again, I mean, it's kind of weird. It's like, wait, no arms? Like, that's kind of weird. So yeah, so again, Oro has two arms there. So with that, in conclusion, I gotta give props to the developer, what they did. They are going with a big bang with this one before Street Fighter 6. And why did I say Street Fighter 6? It's the rumor, of course, if you heard about the Capcom League in months past, one of the lists was something to do with Street Fighter 6. I could be wrong. Anybody could be wrong. It could be a versus game. That was another rumor, but based on the leak, it could be, hey, you know, it is going to be Street Fighter 6. I could have wanted Capcom versus SNK 3, but different story there. So there you go, my thoughts about it. It's awesome. Even I can't wait. The update's gonna come February the 22nd. So that's gonna be days after the Capcom Cup exhibition final, because you know it's online and their netcode is like. So yeah, can't wait for it. Gives people reason, whether you're a casual fan or a competitive player, to go back to Street Fighter 5. And like I said, the famous FGC people, they were happy. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for it. So again, kind of give us like a chance there. Awesome to the development team. And yet, a lot of people also comment that this is what happens when you don't have Ono in the team. Again, I did already give my opinion about it. If it wasn't for Ono, there wouldn't be Street Fighter. Yeah, he made a lot of mistakes, but it's not the sole reason why fighting games from Capcom were bad. Yeah, probably influenced the decision, but again, there are probably business saying they probably don't trust Ono. Who knows what's happening behind the scenes, but the bottom line is, now without Ono, yes, it's getting better. Credit also to Ryota Sugimoto, the guy who's in charge of the Monster Hunter, because that's always been his style. And if you don't know, he took over Ono's division, that's why. So I like this one, but hopefully, probably next week, there will be some sort of trailer for that. I just want to see that one. Songs, they kind of showed the preview of it, so I think they're already ready with the song part. But again, this season pass is not going to end until like winter of 2021. It'll be a long one before we get to see Street Fighter 6. That's probably going to be late 2022, my guess. Just me. So those are my thoughts on the winter update. They're doing good. Awesome for Capcom. Congrats to the producer and the director and the battle mechanics. So I can't wait for it. So with that, I'll see you guys later.